We're going to take a look at A Kind of Magic. This was released in 1986 on EMI Records. This was a very, very popular album by Queen, who had stolen the show the previous year at Live Aid. The band were excited with their new enthusiasm, and they started going back into the studio in September 85, and they came up with a single called One Vision. It was used in a movie called Iron Eagle, but the Kind of Magic material itself was used in the film Highlander, directed by Russell Mulcahy. So, Kind of Magic, it was a big deal. The Magic Tour was very big. I saw them on the tour myself in Slane Castle in 1986. This album was produced by Queen, Mac and David Richards. It was probably Mac's last involvement with the band in the studio, because the next two albums, The Miracle and Innuendo, were produced by David Richards. Yeah, the artwork is quite, I suppose, kind of cartoon. It's almost a Disney thing going on here. It looks strange on vinyl because it's just very, very, very kind of, I don't know. It suits the CD better, I think. I'm not sure. It's just in your face. It's a bit over the top. This is the 180 gram heavyweight half-speed master from 2015. Magic Tour was sadly Queen's last tour with Freddie, ending in August 1986. There's some good tracks on this. There was other better tracks actually left off the album. Kind of bewildering. Again, here we see that this vinyl has been meticulously recreated using the finest technology from the original first generation master mixes. It's on all these ones that were mastered by Bob Ludwig. A Kind of Magic is a digital recording, a full digital recording as far as I know. DDD was on the back of the CD boxes. Here are the lyrics on the other side of the inner sleeve. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's as good as the works. It seems to be a little bit more disjointed, and it's not really a film soundtrack either, because there was orchestral scores put into the film and slightly different versions of the songs on the album. But I guess they could have done an anniversary edition where you had the extra disc of other stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of stuff lying around the place. So the album kicks off with One Vision. There's a kind of a fade into that. It builds up and builds up. It was brilliant in the actual Live Magic tour, the build up. Big droning sound, and then all of a sudden, boom! Dry ice and stuff and smoke everywhere, and then Queen pop out. Freddie like a genie from a bottle. Fantastic. Kind of Magic itself, track 2. It's a great track. It was a slower version for the movie originally, and Freddie got his hands on it and turned it into a kind of a, I suppose it's got a bit of Motown flavour in that as well, the bass line. Yeah, good track by Roger Taylor. 1 Year of Love, it's a kind of a schmaltzy track. I think it's really good, but does it suit the album? Suited the movie anyway. A saxophone on it and strings and the whole lot. It's nicely done, there's no way around that. It is pretty cool. It's a good Deacon track. Pain is So Close to Pleasure, that was written by Mercury and Deacon. Another one of Freddie's Diana Ross flavoured vocals. There's also a single version released in Europe, I think, and the US. It's completely rejigged with a even better bass line and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a good song. Really is a good song. Friends Will Be Friends. This is almost like Queen ingredients put into a blender and spat back out. The orchestra, the guitars, the chorus. It's almost kind of like We Are the Champions. They did actually slip it in between We Will Rock You and We Are the Champions at the end of the concert for the Magic Tour. Yeah, it's a Mercury and Deacon track again. So flipping over to side 2, we have Who Wants to Live Forever. Majestic track written by Brian May, that was inspired by footage from the movie Highlander. I think he started writing it on the way home while he was driving back. Give Me the Prize, Kurgan's Theme. This is a great heavy track with some dialogue from the movie in there. It's got a great tapped guitar solo as well from Brian May at the start. Easily known he was hanging out with Eddie Van Halen since the Starfleet project. They had also hooked up for the NAMM show in US in 1985. Don't Lose Your Head, Roger Taylor track. Yeah, I always kind of feel that this is a little bit over the top electronic wise, sequencing and stuff like that. It's a little bit like the B-side of A Kind of Magic, A Dozen Red Roses for My Darling. It's kind of like a guy running riot with a Synclavier or a Fairlight, whatever. The lyrics as well are a bit silly. Don't drink and drive the car, but I was a nod to Deaky, I think, who got busted for drink driving around that time. In a Jensen Interceptor, I think he bought himself. And finally the album ends with Joan Armatrading, incidentally, is the voice as well underneath Freddie when he says Don't Lose Your Head. Finally, Princes of the Universe. This is a really strong track, and again it seems similar to something from The Works, and it kind of returned to form, and it's got the Queen chorus vocals in there as well, and I really like it. Yeah, it's a great track. Really is a strong song as well. So that's A Kind of Magic, Queen's pop rock album. Then the band really didn't do anything for a while. Mercury was busy in '87 with Barcelona, a solo project. Roger Taylor was busy with The Cross. Brian was doing other stuff, producing, I think, for Anita Dobson and stuff like that. So they kind of got back together in '88 and started recording what would become The Miracle. So thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe and take care.